Hello everyone! So yesterday I took the time to organize all of my embroidery floss. All of this is now color coordinated. This is still like so satisfying to me, and honestly didn't even take that long. So today I was thinking, while we kind of have like the ball rolling a little bit, I should probably take care of some other projects that aren't quite finished yet, that I should probably finish before I start another project. Who else can relate? And so I thought it would be fun to vlog, maybe bring you along for the journey, maybe inspire somebody else to finish something that they've been working on for a while. I don't know. I just thought maybe it could be fun to make a video and finish up some of these projects. I felt so awkward when I was filming yesterday's video. Like, I have not made any content in so long. It felt so unnatural to talk to the camera, even look at the camera. I'm like avoiding eye contact. Don't look at me. So I'm just trying to, get back in the groove of it. And I figure the more that I do it, the easier it will be. Practice makes perfect, right? We all got to start somewhere. Whoa, that was a cool car. It's gone. It was like silver. It looked like a silver eggplant. It's the only way I can describe it. Okay, so there's a couple of projects I need to finish. I need to finish a couple of wall hangings. I pretty much need to cut the dowels on all of the wall hangings that I'm working on right now, so maybe we'll start there. Let's do that first. I'm gonna move the camera now. So first I'm going to set up my little contraption that I use to cut my dowels. This is something that my stepdad kind of thought of for me. He just took this block and drilled a hole through it that would fit my dowel. Then I take this clamp and stick it on the edge of my desk. And then I just tighten it a little bit, just like that. And then my dowel can go through here. And then I can just use my saw to cut the dowels off. Focus. There we go. Let's grab what we need. All right, so I have my wall hangings all in various stages of being finished, but every single one needs to have the dowel cut. I'm just gonna go ahead and start with Jinx here from Arcane. And I'm just gonna stick the dowel through here. And normally I would cut it on this side of the block, but I feel like if I do that, then this side of the dowel will be a little bit too short. I feel like I'm just gonna move this out a little bit, and I'm gonna cut right here instead. And I'm just going to turn the dowel a little bit so I can start cutting through the other side, just because I don't want my dowel to split.
Oh man!
I think I need to take my sweater off. Oh my god, this is so annoying. Oh my god. Oh my gosh, that looks so bad. Okay, so that doesn't look very good. I definitely need to get a new blade for that saw, but I have some sandpaper, so we will fix that up later. Let's just move on to the next one. This bat pattern was actually the last wall hanging that I made. I still have to add the strings on the top and then also glue the back and cut the bottom. But let's just go ahead and cut this dowel. I should probably measure these things, but I always just eyeball it. I think this is my least favorite part about making wall hangings. I get very frustrated doing this. And this blade being dull probably doesn't help. There we go. 2 down, 2 to go. Next we'll do this rose wall hanging. One more to go. I really like this raven wall hanging. I made this one a little while ago, I guess a couple of weeks ago. Right there. Oh, see, this is what I was talking about with the dowel splitting. It's not too bad. Not too bad. There, much better. Now I'm just gonna take some sandpaper and make all of the edges of my dowels nice and smooth. Yeah, like this one is rough. This one needs some help. There, that's a little bit better. And last one, this is the one that kind of split at the end there. There we go. These two wall hangings are officially done now. I've already cut the backs of them, glued them all down. I've added some string to the top so I can hang them up, and I've tied off all of the bottoms as well. And now I just need to go ahead and finish the other two. Let's do that. Next, I'm going to finish this bat wall hanging. I still need to add some string to the top so I can actually hang it. I also need to tie off the bottoms. I need to cut the back and glue down all of the loose ends. I think first I'm going to start by tying these loose ends down. I'm just going to get some tape and I'm just going to tape it down right there so you can see what I'm doing. Alright, how many bass strings do we have? Because that will help me determine how many groups I should have here at the bottom. Okay, so I have 40 bass strings here. I think I'm going to have 4 groups of 10. That just seems like the easiest way to do it. I guess I should have picked what I wanted my knot color to be. I think I want it to be this kind of cooler purple. I think that'll be a nice accent for our wall hanging. And how nice that this is all organized already. That is what I'm looking for right there. I'm going to cut 4 strings that are about 25 centimeters long. I know it's going to be way more than what I need, but I always like cutting more just in case. Oh my god, these scissors suck. I need to get some of those like cute embroidery scissors. These suck. So I've cut 4 strings. I'm just gonna gather my first 10 strings here. I'm gonna take one of these and I'm going to do a gathering knot at the bottom of this wall hanging. And if you're not sure what a gathering knot is or how to make one, I do have a tutorial posted. Okay, well, that doesn't look very good, but I am running out of energy right now. Okay, I've decided that I kind of hate that. I'm gonna take that out. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flip this over. And we're going to try and gather these bass strings a little bit more nicely. So to do that, let's just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I believe this is called a hitch knot. But we're going to tie a couple of these hitch knots. So I don't know if you can see, but with every hitch knot I'm doing, I'm adding that string into a little bundle here and then doing another hitch knot with the next string over that bundle. And it's gonna give me this kind of like tapered effect. Just like that. Grab the next 5 bass strings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're gonna go and do the same thing on the other side, going the other way. I think this is just going to make our gathering knots look so much nicer, so much more even. Oh, so now when I do my gathering knot here, it'll be like right in the center of those bass strings. I think that'll look way nicer. Now let's go ahead and do it to the rest of these bass strings. I knew this was going to take way longer, but I knew if I just kept going the way that I was going, I would be unhappy with it. And if I cut all the bass strings off, then it's too late to start over. So just trying to practice patience and do the right thing. Even if it takes longer, even if it takes a little bit more energy, it will be worth it. I mean, I can't guarantee that this video is all just going to be the same speed. I'm definitely probably gonna have to speed this part up. I feel like these could almost even look like little bat wings. I didn't even think about that, but like I'm looking at them right now and like, don't they kind of look like bat wings? Okay, so now I have my 4 little bundles all ready to be attached with gathering knots. Let's flip this back over. Let's take one of our purple strings here and we'll make our first gathering knot. feel like I'm still like wrapping this on a weird angle. I don't know. This is like weird. I don't like this. So I decided to just move this to the edge of my desk. I feel like it's just going to be so much easier tying these gathering knots if I can reach around and behind. This is how I usually work on my projects anyway. I find it's just easier. I was trying to do it on top of the desk for the aesthetic, but you know what? Some things we're just gonna have to sacrifice because I put a lot of time and effort into this wall hanging and we are just at these last final stages and I really don't want to mess it up now. There we go. I feel like that's already looking so much better. This is so much easier now that this is on the edge of my desk. Oh my goodness. Okay, now we're actually making progress. I was starting to feel a little disheartened there. And see, this is why I have so much excess string too, because I don't want to be trying to wrap this itty bitty tiny string when this is already pretty frustrating to do with this itty bitty tiny string. Last one. There we go. Let's see how she looks. Take this tape off. Oh my gosh. It's a nightmare. I think it looks so good. I honestly probably should have been filming like this that entire time. Ah, this is so frustrating. So I'm not even going to lie right now. I am like not in a good headspace. I am feeling very frustrated and burnt out with filming this video. I thought it was going to be like so easy to just like finish up all these things really quick. And I just finished doing the bass strings on this. I still have to make the top part of it, which means I have to cut more string, attach it, braid it, reattach it, cut it, and then I have to cut all of these other strings and glue it, as well as cut all of these other strings and glue them as well. And not only that, but also film it from the best possible angles, which I'm not very good at. So I'm just getting very frustrated and like in my head, and every 2 seconds I'm just like wanting to stop, but just like trying to push through because I'm already halfway done. So I guess I'm just like struggling to pace myself right now, I guess. And I'm like, well, this is a vlog, so like I guess I can just talk about it, right? Like, I don't know. Ugh, I'm just feeling so burnt out, and I feel like I need to take a break, and I feel like if I take a break, I won't want to come back to this, and then it's going to defeat the entire purpose of the video. So that's where I'm at right now, and I just wanted to be honest about that, because I'm just not feeling great. I just stepped outside for a couple minutes. And like, to be honest with you guys, like this is a huge reason why it was difficult for me to continue making YouTube videos, is because like the burnout comes so quickly for me. But like I told myself if I was going to come back to YouTube, I wasn't going to like put on this persona. I wasn't going to like mask or try and be something I'm not. I'm just going to try and be more authentic, and that's what this video is supposed to be. Was just me like finishing up some projects that I have laying around, and I feel like I'm just struggling to get through it. Like, I don't know why, I feel like I have it in my head that I just have to get everything done as quickly as possible, and I feel like the longer it takes, I feel like I can't take a break. I feel like I can't step away from it or anything like that, and I feel like I'm just getting to that point where I need to take a break. I know I need to take a break, and I don't want to. And it's just making me more frustrated, and I know I'm getting more frustrated, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna step away. I finished 2 of these. That's good. These two are done. It's not like we haven't made any progress. That's what I also have to remind myself. It feels like I've done nothing, like I haven't accomplished anything if I don't get to the end. It feels like I've failed, but this is still progress. But then also, like, having all of those struggles, like, with the string itself, trying to make those knots, especially flat on the table like that, because that's not normally how I make bracelets. Normally like I said, I'm working on the edge of my desk, so it's very out of my element for me to be doing that, out of my routine. And also it was kind of like a sensory nightmare because I couldn't get the strings to do what I wanted them to do. I'm just getting very worked up. I'm getting very overwhelmed. I feel like I just need to step away for a little bit. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I feel like I don't want to do anything right now. And I feel like that's, for me, one of the most like frustrating things about being autistic is I feel like I barely have any energy to start with. So in order for me to do something, it's either going to take me 10 times longer, or I have to exert 10 times more energy than the average person to accomplish the same thing. So I'm either going to burn myself out or just seem like a lazy person. And that's kind of like what I'm struggling with in my head. And I know I'm about to burn myself out because I really want to come back to YouTube and I really want to make like videos again. So yeah, I guess I'm just struggling right now. So I think I'm just gonna stop recording for now. I think I'm just gonna take all the pressure off. Maybe I'll come back to these and finish this video. Maybe this video will have a different ending. Maybe this video will end here. I really don't know. Either way, I made progress on some of the works in progress that I have, and I feel like I still accomplished the goal of staying authentic to me, even though I'm having a moment right now. But I feel like if I just allow myself to have this moment, give myself some grace, just go regulate myself a little bit, regulate my emotions, because I'm like all worked up right now. Like I'm just like not, and I don't even have the words to describe it. Fun fact, that's something else I struggle with, is the alexithymia, where I don't always know what my emotions are telling. What am I even saying? I'm gonna go now before I actually just start crying on camera. And nobody needs to see that. It's for my eyes only. Wow, I was really not having a good time there. So I took a nap after that little crash out I had, and then I proceeded to take the next few days off from making this video. I can't even remember what day that was. What day was that? That was almost a week ago, but we're back. We are well rested. We're in a much better mindset. I was not having a good time there though. I honestly thought like Dr. Phil was gonna have to come in here and like take me out of my house and take me to the ranch. I don't know why, it just felt like I wanted to get everything done as fast as possible. I wanted to get the video recorded. I wanted to get all of those projects done and out of the way, and I was just really trying to rush everything, and my brain and body could not keep up. So that's what happens when you push yourself to your limit. And this is something I'm really trying to work on, especially with coming back to YouTube and making content and stuff. It's just allowing myself to take more breaks in between recording, with making bracelets, with making wall hangings or whatever. And I also don't want like these setbacks to get in the way of me making content altogether, if you know what I mean. I've always found with making content that everything has just been like really overwhelming for me. It's been a lot of energy output, a lot of overstimulation, a lot of masking, and that's why I've always burnt out so quickly and have never been able to keep up with it. But this time around, I'm really trying to come at this like as authentically as I can. My autistic brain was like, this is way too much. Get me out. I felt very like suffocated and trapped in making this video last week. And I really just had to give myself permission to say like, you know what? It's okay to step away from it. It's okay if I come back and it's not the same day. It's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. And I feel like probably a lot of other people can relate to that as well. So I'm going to keep the crash out in the video. We're going to try and make it entertaining, but also that's just what happens when I make videos. And I think the more I give myself grace and learn to pace myself, then that won't happen so often. So this is just me learning to take the pressure off. Everything's fine. We're having fun. All right, well, now that we've had our little therapy break, we've had our rest and recovery time, I think I'm ready to finish these projects for real. And if I don't get through it, that's okay. We're just gonna take our time and it's gonna be okay. Oh, what is happening? I hope that hasn't been a thing this whole time. I just picked up the bat project from where we left off, and to be honest, I completely forgot that we even got this far. Like, that's how overwhelmed I was. Like, I feel like I was just like blacking out. I was like, I just have to get through this. I have to get through this. But I'm just gonna stop and appreciate what I did because Good job, Past Me. You were being really, really hard on yourself because this is looking great. We just have to add the top part so we can hang it on the wall. We're gonna do that part next. And then just cut up the back and then this is gonna be fine. This is gonna be easy. I've grabbed my Aunt Lydia's crochet thread, size 10, I believe. Let's see how much I need to cut here. And I do want to make like a braided top. I always make these way longer than I need to. I'm gonna cut like this much, like 40 centimeters. Again, that's probably way more than I need. And I'm gonna cut 2 more strands. To make things a little easier, I'm going to tape this onto the edge of my desk. Okay, now I'm literally just going to take those 3 strings I cut, tie them around my dowel here. And I've basically just attached these using a lark's head knot, but I've kept one end much shorter than the other. And with this longer end, I'm going to take my 3 strands and start tying my braid. I think it just looks a little bit nicer than adding a single strand on the top to hang it with. Just adds a little bit more to it. And I'm just doing a regular 3-strand braid. Okay, I know that's a little bit hard to see because of the empty space underneath my desk. I would have done it on my desktop, except I always find when my dowel is right against the desk and I'm trying to tie these knots, it's just really annoying. I just like having all of this empty space to work with under here, you know? So I think that's a really good length for our hanging string, so I'm gonna go ahead and tie another lark's head knot on this side of the dowel. And I'm going to make sure I start the knot right where my braid ends. There we go. It's gonna flip this over and we can start cutting all of this excess string off the back. And I'm going to make sure I leave these strings a little bit longer so I can glue them to the back of the wall hanging so you can't see them from the front. Again, it's just easier to cut these strings when they're on the edge of my desk and I can reach behind them easily. And then we're gonna trim up these base strings. I don't know why I thought I needed them to be this long. Like I said, I always make my strings way too long. Then I'm just going to take some of my fabric glue. I just trimmed off most of the bristles and I used this to put glue on the back of my wall hangings and bracelets. Gonna take a glob and just start sticking everything down. Oh, how did I miss cutting that one? You don't have to add glue to the back of your wall hangings or bracelets if you don't want to. I just find it kind of helps keep everything where it's supposed to be. And for longevity's sake, I'm always paranoid that some of my knots are going to come undone for some reason after I cut them, even though that's probably not going to happen. I even just like to take a touch of glue to all of these gathering knots that I've done. Just a little touch on the back so they don't go anywhere. And now the bat wall hanging is officially done. I'm going to put this aside and let the glue dry on the back. And now the last thing we have to do is cut all the string on the back of this wall hanging and glue them down. I'm so happy I've already done the hanging string on this one. For the hanging string on this one, I just tied a lark's head knot and then actually made the braid with both ends of my strings, if you know what I mean. I didn't keep one end shorter, I kept them both the same length and braided them together. And then I just tied it off with another lark's head knot over here. Cutting is all done. And now the very last thing we have to do, glue it all down. I think I like the look of these gathering knots kind of flowing down with the rest of these bass strings. I think I'm going to keep them there. It looks like the background's kind of dripping down into them. I think that looks cool. And now Jinx is all done as well. Well, it took me a little bit longer than expected, but I did manage to finish all of the projects that I wanted to finish. Jinx, the bat, the raven, and the rose are all finished. And I think the biggest lesson I've learned from all of this is that there is no reason to rush these things. And it is okay to take multiple breaks. It is okay if something feels like it should be easier than it actually is while you're doing it. It's okay to get frustrated, but the important thing is that I take some space for myself before I lose my mind, and that I do come back and finish whatever needs to be finished at my own pace. So I'm pretty happy with how this video ended, and I am really happy that I managed to get all of these projects done. Drink some water. Speaking of taking breaks, I'm gonna go have some lunch now. I think I'm gonna go make some mini pizzas, and then I'm gonna go play some Stardew for the rest of the day and not worry about editing this video until tomorrow. You know, pace myself. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to hit that thumbs up, be sure to hit subscribe, all those fun YouTube things. I hope you have your favorite snack today, and I hope you drink some water today. I said that backwards, hold on. I hope you drink some water today, I hope you have your favorite snack today, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!